I hope you enjoyed that. Welcome to our Sunday gathering, one and all. Yeah, why the moon theme, you might ask? Could you imagine making a declaration so bold back in 1962 and in 1969 on this very day? Yes, that's right. The 20th of July, the first footsteps were on the moon. So I'm joined today by our good friend Lawrence, who's an evidential medium, healer, and the president of Poole Christian Spiritualist Church in Dorset, England. It's just the two of us today and you fine folks. And here we are on the moon. So, welcome to our Sunday gathering. Each and every time we're together, yes, we want to inspire you. And yes, we want to empower you. And yes, we want to show you that the afterlife is real and our loved ones are still around. We want to send out those prayers and healing and inspire all of those good things. But each week we have a theme. And when Lawrence threw out, how about the 58th anniversary of landing on the moon? I thought, oh, that's a good opportunity to be creative. So we're going to weave in the moon today, as you can see by my background, but also what is it to make such a bold declaration and make things happen? So we are more powerful than we think. And as many people say, that having a great life and unexpected miracles, it's all outside our comfort zone. And I am sure those 12 individuals who have now walked on the moon in the course since then to now, there's certainly been a bunch of fear. But look at the story they have to tell. So we want to welcome you. Today, our dear friend Lawrence will be doing our opening and closing prayer, also our demonstration of mediumship and our address. I'll be leading you into healing, doing the reading, the announcements, some words of inspiration a little bit later on. So we're here normally for about 90 minutes-ish. Part of that is a medium demonstration, of course, but we're also here to serve, to let you know we're a very real community. We're usually about 150 people as we get rolling from all over the world. So we have a chat box. We always love to know where you're from. And we thank you for being here. So we'll let you, let me back up. We'll let you know how things go on as we go on. So I just want to welcome you. Whatever it is that brought you here, please know that we're going to give you our all to make a difference with you today and always. So with that, welcome. And I'm going to send it over to Lawrence for our opening prayer.
Good evening. Welcome, everybody. And thank you again for inviting me back to this wonderful platform and in the delightful company of the wonderful Sandra too. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So if we could just take that moment, wherever we are, whatever we're doing, just take that pause just for a moment. Send out that thought. Encompass that love that surrounds us, guards us, and guides us each and every day. The same thought that creates all the marvels and miracles of nature. The same thought that created our bodies, our ability to think and interweave within this wonderful world that has been made for us. And send out that gratitude, that thankfulness. Focus on all that we do have to be grateful for. Realizing that the challenges, the things that beset us, are all part of our journey. They're all part of our learning and our experience. They are things there to help us to grow, not to stunt us, not to frighten us, but just to widen our vision and help our understanding and learning and knowledge that life is beautiful, life is everlasting, and life cannot die for the life within it. So this evening, in this new and virtual way of meeting, we link our minds and our hearts in unity and in unison and celebration of this knowledge that life and love are eternal. Amen.
Thank you very much. All right, I have the reading for you. This is called The Parable of the Ship That Was Afraid of the Sea. Today, we celebrate a monumental anniversary, the moment humanity first touched the moon 58 years ago today. It began not with a rocket, but with a bold declaration, a promise made to the world before anyone knew how to keep it. So this reminds me of a parable about a brand new ship, a vast ocean, and the courage to finally begin the journey. In a sheltered, sun kissed harbor, there was a newly built ship named Starlight. Her sails were crisp and white. Her wooden hull was strong, and her mast stood tall and proud. She was built for great voyages. But Starlight was afraid. She loved the safety of the harbor, the gentle lapping of the water against her sides, and the familiar company of the fishing boats. She would watch the great explorer ships sail out to the horizon, and she would listen to their stories when they returned, tales of adventure and distant lands. A deep, quiet voice within her, the voice of her own spirit, would whisper, "A ship in a harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are built for." But the louder voice of fear would always answer back, whispering of monstrous waves, of getting lost in the fog, and of the terrifying unknown deep. One night, the moon was a perfect, brilliant circle, laying a shimmering silver path across the water that led from Starlight's bow straight out into the open sea. Looking at that path, a deep longing, a soul deep ache rose up within her. In a moment of pure, heartfelt desire, she made a bold declaration, a prayer whispered to the moon and to the stars. "I want to be what I was built to be. I want to sail on your silver path." The moment the words left her, a violent storm of doubt erupted in her mind. The calm waters of her thoughts turned into a raging tempest of what ifs. She imagined her mast snapping, her sails tearing, her hull crashing against unseen rocks. The fear was so real, so loud that she strained against her ropes, wanting to hide deeper in the safety of the dock. Exhausted and heartbroken, she finally stopped fighting. She looked up at the moon, which sat in perfect stillness, always observing the chaos and the calm of the sea with the same serene light. In that moment, she understood. Be the moon. Just let go of the struggle. She closed her eyes, the eyes of her mind, and went into the quiet stillness of her own depths. She didn't think about the waves or the wind. She just breathed. And in that sacred, quiet space, she felt it, a gentle warmth spreading through her hull, a feeling of not being alone. It was the loving, powerful whisper of her unseen spirit friends, ancestors, and the deep pulsing wisdom of her own soul. It was a mighty, invisible source of power that had been there all along. When she opened her eyes, the inner storm was gone. As she took that first brave step of faith, a mighty, invisible force seemed to respond. A gentle, unseen current began to nudge her away from the dock. A soft, loving wind, as if summoned by her declaration, began to fill her sails. She didn't have to fight the sea. She was being carried by it. As she glided out of the harbor, following the moon's silver path onto the open water, she could hear the collective wisdom of all the brave sailors and ships that have come before her, whispering on the wind. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the things you did do. So throw off the bow lines, Sail away from safe harbor. Catch the trade winds in your sails. Explore, dream, and discover. And Starlight was no longer afraid. She was finally on her journey. And isn't that our own journey? We are all magnificent vessels built for a grand voyage, but we stay tethered in the safe harbor of our fears. We must make our bold declaration, find the courage to be the moon, and go into our own stillness and trust. Because when we take even one small step in faith, a mighty invisible source rushes to fill our sails, guiding us toward our destiny, reminding us that we were never meant to be safe. We were meant to be free. I hope you enjoyed that reading. We're going to go into our healing segment now, and this is an opportunity to send our love and healing to where it's needed in the world. You don't have to work too hard on this. It's easy. Well, I don't want to say easy, but if we imagine those who need healing, healthy, safe, and whole, the planet at peace, that's a good start. Or we could just sit present to the music. Those in the unseen world can take our energy and deliver it to where it's needed in the world. Certainly, if you want to start with a prayer for someone you know or situation going on, we welcome that as well. The song I've picked is Bruno Mars' Talking to the Moon. Now, I've done a little Sandra magic, and at about a minute and a half into the music video, there will be some pictures from 1969, 7 years since President Kennedy made that bold declaration of the astronauts and that trip to the moon 58 years ago. So after this video plays, the next words you'll hear will be from Lawrence for our address. So let me find this healing song for you.
Thank you, Sandra. That was absolutely majestic, absolutely beautifully done. Thank you so much. Isn't it wonderful, that thought, that energy? I remember I was a child when that was going on, and we had a new cinema opening up in town. And to celebrate that, they had a treasure hunt on the beach. And I was very disappointed that I didn't find the treasure. I remember the film as well was Ice Station Zebra. That was the film that was released at that same time. But that newness, that wonderment, that energy of being the first. One of my favorite go-to films is Hidden Figures, and I'm sure many of you have seen it, because that traces back, and that traces not only the struggle to get to space flight and then further onto the moon, but also the struggle within, also the overcoming of the social divides of the time, of both sides learning, negotiating, and traversing that pathway together, of finding out new things. And this is a wonderment, isn't it? In our lives and in through history, we've always had these new frontiers. Many of you from the Americas, you were the new frontier once. You were that new land, the land of promise, where travelers from all over the world would come and gather and congregate and start life anew, because this new frontier was there to be explored. And further back in time, we had so many new frontiers, the newness of things. And within our own philosophy, our religion, our understanding of spiritualism, we go back to the pioneers, and they had these new frontiers, these new ways of working with the other world and demonstrating to the public. And it all seemed to grind to a halt. The new frontiers seemed to disappear. The new challenges seem to be unobtainable. But as we grow and as we learn, as we evolve, we're beginning to learn and understand and comprehend that these new frontiers are not only physical, new worlds, new countries, new ways of living, new ways of negotiating, enhancing with AI and different things like that. The new frontiers are within us, each and every day. We're amazing. Nobody here has had an easy life. Nobody here has never known fear or pain or suffering or joy or ecstasy, or that the first time you see your newborn child, the first time you see your love of your life, all those wonderful moments, they're just amazing. And they're each and every one of you, they're part of you. But that process never finishes. That voyage of discovery never ends. For although we live in very troubled times, where we're to look out purely with physical eyes, physical understanding, we see challenge, we see division, we see enmity, hatred, war. But there is also joy, there is also beauty, and there is also, most importantly, the pathways to peace, to reconciliation, to repair, renew, and build anew. They are all there. They've never gone away. We may not be able to see it, to sense it so much at this time. But if you take that moment, if you step back from the physical world and just sense the beauty and the amazing capacity, human beings are just awesome. I was talking to Sandra just before we went on, and there's a big music festival called Tomorrowland. And I'm a retired raver. And I follow the Tomorrowland story because it's just such an event. It's 3 days of music, of love, of upliftment, of sheer joy. And 48 hours before the gates opened to a new batch, a new throng of people to enjoy, disaster struck and their main stage burnt down totally. And we're not talking just a flat stage, we're talking this marvelous creation that has been years in the planning and months in the construction. Imagine those people, how they felt when in minutes it was gone. Within a blink of an eye, all that work, all that hard work and thought and planning, gone. Well, what do they do? Do they give up? No. They built a new stage because they remembered it's not about the props. It's not about the accoutrements. It's not about the bling. It's about the emotion. It's about the purpose. It's about the very intent of bringing people from all across the world, whether in person or virtually, just to be here in this moment to enjoy the music and live life like there's no tomorrow and dance. And within 48 hours, even as the artists started performing, they were still constructing. My heart soars when I see things like that. Because we're so quick these days. Oh, we can't do this. Oh, we're not allowed to do that. Oh, we can't. Oh, we'll never do that. It's very easy to talk ourselves out of things, isn't it? But when we find that link within, when we find that passion, passion is one of my favorite words and favorite emotions, because that passion inspires us. That passion fuels our spirit, our soul, and it makes the unachievable achievable. We just demonstrated the art of healing, and healing is just expressing our love. It's so simple. It's so easy. If you can express love, you're a healer. You send out that love unconditionally because we're all connected. My mind's eye is taken very much to that wonderful background there of Sandra's, but I'm more fixated on the earth. Look at that beautiful place. Look at that beautiful planet. So tiny in that picture. Carl Sagan wrote a piece called A Pale Blue Dot, which is one of my favorite pieces. and it's based around the Voyager spacecraft photo of the Earth. And it's this insignificant, teeny tiny little dot in the vastness of space. And he talks about in this pixel, every king, every queen, every robber, every hero, every knight, every servant, everybody who ever was, whoever is and can be, lives there. And we see people fight momentarily for one fraction of this pixel, for that one briefest time to be the king, the ruler, whatever, to be gone in an instant. And it just brings in that fragility of life. But also within that fragility of life is the beauty of life. Again, look at that picture. That is our home. That is where we are for this time. Suspended there in the night sky, half in the sun, half in the night, but all connected, all one, all in unison, and all with the ability to turn that little tiny planet into a burning beacon that can blaze through the universe with hope, with upliftment, and with love. So what's stopping us? Why do we let the no have the power over us? Dismiss the no and replace it with yes. Yes, I can. Thank you.
Beautiful words. Thank you so much, Lawrence. Amazing how that one thought of let's take the 58th anniversary of landing on the moon and turning that into a Sunday gathering filled with the reading and your beautiful words from the address. You could go on for hours and I continue to listen. Now, before we get to the medium demonstration, which is next, I just wanted to add that as we celebrate the anniversary of the first moon landing, you might be thinking, as I was, is mankind going back to the moon? And the answer is a resounding yes. NASA's new Artemis program is set to make history all over again. Here's what's coming up. Artemis 2, the first crewed mission of the program, is scheduled to launch in 2025. 4 astronauts will fly around the moon, traveling farther into space than anyone has since the Apollo missions. Then the big one, Artemis 3 is targeted to take off September 2026. This is the mission that will land humans back on the lunar surface, including the first woman and the first person of color to ever walk on the moon. The goal isn't to just visit, but to build a long-term presence on the moon, using it as a stepping stone for the next great leap, a human mission to Mars. So the adventure is just getting started. I didn't know any of that stuff, so I'm so grateful this was our theme and I could investigate. Now I want to go watch Hidden Figures again, another great movie. So it is time for our medium demonstration, friends, and whether this is your first time on our Sunday gathering or you've been with us before, I just want to run through how this works. Our medium is Lawrence today, and he'll be requesting of those in the spirit world to work through him so that some of our members of our gathering today will get readings. Now, I believe that my words and Lawrence's words serve everybody here in the Sunday gathering. I think our spirit friends are no different. If you listen in to how close the loved ones are, how they're still parts of our lives, and then listen in for that message, you think, gosh, I could use some of that too. So I think they're divinely picked on their side to bring forth these messages. So if a reading isn't for you or the medium reading isn't for you, please listen to it because I think it is for you. It's for all of us. That being said, there will be some members of our gathering that will get readings. And this is kind of what it looks like. Lawrence, or whichever medium we have working with us on our Sunday gathering, will be talking to those in the spirit world. They'll present themselves in whichever way they do, whether it's by pictures or feelings, however that is, and they'll describe themselves to Lawrence. He'll describe what they're giving him, so you may hear him say whether it's a man or a woman or mom or dad or who knows who it may be, and giving some details. We want everybody to be listening in. The spirit world, our friends and family know we're here today because this might be for you. So if you can recognize the information of the description of the person that he mentioned, we want you to press your raise hand button. Now, be sure that if you recognize this description, this is a person that no longer walks this earth. All right. Okay, that's the one thing. So if you want to practice now, find that raise hand button and press it just to see where it is on your device, how it works. I know we've got plenty of new people that join us every week. So you might need to look at for three dots if you're on a iPad or a phone, but you should see that raise hand button. And you'll notice that it changes from raise hand to lower hand. Sometimes there's two or more people that can take the initial bits of information from our medium. So he or she, in this case, Lawrence, will continue giving more bits of information. So if you say, "Ooh, that part no longer fits," we want you to press your lower hand button. Again, we're well over 100 people with us today, so it does help things move a little faster if we have that integrity and lower our hand if something doesn't fit. That being said, if you're someone who works with our medium today or any medium in the future, your job is simple. But it requires this: only say yes, no, or I don't know to the medium. We need everybody to know that our mediums on planet Earth really are working with our loved ones, that you don't volunteer the information, okay? So let them do the work. They got broad shoulders, and it's okay to say no if something doesn't fit. No simply means new opportunity. So just say yes, no, or I don't know. And that way we all know that our medium is working with a friend or family member in the unseen world. And I think that's about it. Now, the people come through can be our loved ones, they can be our friends, can be people that we've worked with, can be someone a little bit distant, but that we knew in our life. Sometimes they work in weird and wonderful ways. So again, if you can understand all the information when after he describes it all, then I'll ask you to press that raise hand button. If you do work with Lawrence today, what I do is I'll press a little button on my side. You're going to get a pop up on your screen and an unmute button will appear. You will be off camera, so don't worry if you have your hair in curlers or anything like that. All we need is your voice and just to say that yes, no, or I don't know. So when you see that unmute pop up, you just press that. And then everybody else, we listen in because again, we pull these messages towards ourselves as representatives of all of our loved ones that are with us here today, not just today. Our loved ones give us space. They certainly do for private moments, whatnot, but they can easily be with us and they can multitask, so they can just be keeping an eye on us and keeping learning in the spirit world. It's pretty grand and it's going to be very interesting when we get there to see how all of this works. So pull the readings towards you, please, okay? And know that your loved one is very much part of your life, not just today, but always. So we always like to listen to a feel-good piece of music before we have our demonstration. We're going to take it away from the moon for just a moment, and we're going to call in all angels. All right, this is a beautiful song by Train with some angels in the image. So if you want to just sit back, relax, listen to the song, picture your loved ones, maybe all looking at the screen together with a big old smile and so much love in their hearts. And then we'll come back with the demonstration of mediumship. Here is Calling All Angels. Another beautiful song. All right, friends, it is time for our demonstration. Lawrence, my friend, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. I love that song. I absolutely love that song. And the second that came in, I had a gentleman with me. Now, I believe this gentleman to have been in the Marine Corps because as I was looking down, he was sat in me, which was actually an incredible feeling. I could see the pale blue uniform of the Marine Corps here, but I felt around my chest, I felt this size, this strength here. I felt this man had a big heart for everybody. He would help people. He was quite in touch with his emotions, although he didn't portray that so much to the outer world, only to those closest to him. But I know I've got a good man here, a very strong man. And he's moving around. He's very movable. It's actually wonderful to work with tonight. Because he sat here in the chair looking at me and just smiling, and he's just sat back and he's gone like that, and he went, "Over to you, your go." Um, and he's just ready. He's ready. So who would have recognized this gentleman? Was in the Marine Corps. I feel a good size, I feel a hearty man with this man. But I feel this gentleness inside, and animals. It's just brought in the animal theme. There would have been a dog, his dog. He that dog was his and he was that dog's. There was that really strong bond. So if there's anybody out there that would have recognized this.
Yes, please press your raise hand button. You get a little a tug on your soul that this could be for you. Press your raise hand button for us, please.
So we're going to carry on. Because while we're waiting for this link to be formed, there is also a sadness it is bringing in. So I know that the person that I'm linking with here is going through it at the moment. I feel the loss of people around them, and I feel loss not only of people, but emotionally. It's like I've lost things out of my life. And I'm having a hard time. I can't dress this up any other way. I'm having a hard time at this time.
We have Lisa with us today. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Miss Sandra.
So, Lisa, would you understand? Is this a Marine link? Because I see this blue uniform.
My husband was in the military.
Right, wonderful. And this bigness around the chest. I feel this strength. I trust.
Yeah. He had a heart attack.
Right. I missed that, but I know I trust this man.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right. That's all right. But also, where were we? Where were we? Where were we? Talking about you at the moment, this currently, bless your heart, my darling, trying to find the joy in life is a bit difficult. You understand it that way?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I can feel that from him. I can feel that sympathetic sadness coming from him. But I also feel a great deal of strength. And tell me, please, the link with the dog as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because the two of them, they're just intertwined. And
Yes.
that's how I'm going to come back with cats. So just remember that, everybody. But as we're talking, he's cheering up. He's handsome, isn't he? Oh my.
Very.
Oh,
Very.
oh my goodness.
I got lucky.
Oh, he really is. And he's not conceited in any way.
Not at all.
He's very down to earth. Is there a link here as well, please? Something to do with woodwork or woodcraft? Because I'm seeing lengths of wood that would be stored overhead in a garage or something.
Yes.
Yeah. And I believe that some of them are still there, he makes me aware.
Kind of. Yeah. Kind
Yeah.
of.
Because he's laughing about that. He said, because I always used to get told off because I would save every bit of wood because it might come in handy one day. And he said, so what's that going to come in handy with? Because he's just chiding you. He's having this little laugh. I can't get away from his face here because there's something he's trying to convey and I'm not quite getting it at the moment. But I know I've got this absolutely handsome man. Beautiful skin. Is there sort of like a darker complexion to the
Yes,
person?
he
Yeah.
does.
Thank you, because he's going, look at me like that. And I'm going,
He
what?
always looked at everybody like that. Always.
I'm going, what am I missing? Tell me. He's got a good humor as well because he is laughing along there, and he's feeling much more comfortable now because he's being understood. He tells me that he has tried coming through several times before, and not to a great success, he tells me, with people, and that's fine, that's fine. We're all different. But he's just symbolically put on a pair of slippers. He said, "Oh, I feel quite comfortable now."
Yes,
Yeah. He said, I feel comfortable with it.
yes.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. You just said to me, "You're all right." So I'll take that as a real compliment. Lovely, isn't it, when the other world like you? But again, he brings his attention, his focus, and his love around you. Is this bird in the cage, please?
We had one,
You had one. No, I think this
a
is
giant screaming parrot.
the giant screaming parrot. What better? I would love to say that is it, but I feel this is more symbolic with you because he's drawing.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, yeah, got a bird feeder and 1,000 birds are coming.
Thank you. Oh, friend of Sandra.
That's where I got it from.
Ah, right. But I know because I want to talk about freedom. I want to talk about being able to spread my wings as well. And I want to be talking about, don't put it like that, put it another way. He's quite straight talking, isn't he?
Yes,
Yeah. And
I know what he's trying to say.
oh, good.
Yeah,
um, but he's talking about looking on the brighter side of things. He's talking about counting the blessings. He's talking about not dwelling on what's not there and a little bit more focus on what is there.
I completely understand that.
Yeah. And he's saying, "You'll be fine, you'll be fine." Is this an issue with your blood pressure, please? I just feel that energy come.
Oh, wow, mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's just put that on me and take that off me because I've got my own problems with that. So you'll suddenly disappear off screen, Sandra. You're on your own. But yeah, he's talking about that, and he said, he's so aware of everything that's going on. He's never not there with you. You know that.
Oh, yeah, I
He
know.
never
I know
ever.
why he's coming through. I really do. He usually comes last, but I really know why he's coming through. I just lost my best friend of 45 years a couple of days ago. So I'm grieving like all over again.
Yeah, but he was sat there in the song ready, and I was like, "This is good.
That's our song.
I don't have to go looking. This is wonderful." That's your song, is it? Oh, that's wonderful. Do you know what? Because I picked that song about a week ago, Sandra, and I love that.
I couldn't believe it.
Well, that shows the intelligence of the other world.
And actually, I wasn't going to come on today, but my dog kept bothering me and dragging me to the phone for some reason, barking and sitting and barking. And I thought, okay, I'm sitting here. Let me get on. I wasn't going to.
When the other world want our attention, um, you may as well just give in and go with it gracefully because they're not going to give up. But I think that's absolutely beautiful. But he's just come in here, come in here today just to give you that reminder through a third party that, I always loved you. I always loved you, and I'll never stop loving you. And
He always said that.
come that day, and it's not for a long time, but come that day, I'm going to be there front and center, and I'm going to be the proudest husband to embrace you once again and to take that dance. You met at a dance. There's something about a dance here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's just taken me into that energy there of dancing and that joy and that oneness. And he said, "But not now, not now. Things to do, things to do." He said, "But I'm always there. And I love you."
Thank you so, so much. Sorry I talk so much, but
No, that's
I'm
all right.
really excited.
Absolutely fine. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you. Well, top that. Come along. Right, occasionally they will start giving me snatches of song. Do not panic. I am not going to sing at you. I've got a little bit of a summer allergy going on, so the voice is a little bit croaky and my singing voice is not any good. But I want links here to London family, please. I want parents coming from London. I want them coming from, where are we here? We're on South London, the south of the river in London. Now, people who know London will understand what I'm talking about. Other people are going, what is he going on about? But I know I'm looking at South London for family links, but I know I've moved abroad. I know I've left all that behind. And the person I'm speaking to is, are you born there? I feel there's a couple in the family. One is born in the country in which they've settled. The other one was born in England and transposed to the new country. So that's quite a definite link there. And I want to be talking to a lady, and I want to be talking to a lady who's got a sister in spirit also, please.
Thank you very much. If you can understand this, raise your hand. Laura has her hand raised. Laura, can you see that unmute button? Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Good evening. Do you understand all that has been given there, please? Because that was quite direct. That was very...
Yes.
You can. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you. I'm just astounding by the detail that the other worlds supply. When I link in here with mother and father, I've got a couple here that encapsulate the theme of today's gathering. This perseverance, this drive, this
Yes.
enthusiasm, and to overcome issues here.
Yes.
No, you understand that. I know this couple really, when they emigrated, it wasn't running away by any means, because they wouldn't run from anything, but they decided that links needed to be cut. We need to make this move. We're going to be brave enough. We're going to do this move. And it was embraced as well, because I just get this feeling of arriving in this new land. Is this to America, please?
No.
No, okay. But I just get this feeling when I arrive here in my new land and my new home, they both really embraced everything about it. And it was like the old life had gone.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And no, that's not right. I nearly said good riddance, but that's not right. Because they didn't hold grudge. They don't hold a grudge, which is a wonderful and really unique in a couple, that not to hold a grudge. It's just, we let things go because they needed to go. We needed to move. We needed this to come in. This was also linked and related to a work aspect as well, but I feel that was with father, correct?
Yes.
But your mum is here and she's just so excited.
Sorry, please repeat that.
Your mother is here, and
yes.
she's just so excited about being in this new land and being in this place and being free.
Yeah.
Being free. There were restrictions in the old land with her, but she was more freer here. But she also talks about the family as well. And this is your sister in spirit, correct, as well?
Yes.
Because she talks about that time and the upheaval and the shock. Because I feel this was just, we never expect to lose our children. That's is just not in the nature and the order of the universe to us.
No. No.
But I feel this was like a double whammy. This was just so out of the blue and such a curveball. It was like, wow, everything froze, everything stopped.
No.
Don't understand that. But I do feel with, obviously, with the loss of their daughter, there was this unexpectedness. about it. And I feel it just, once we found out something was wrong, it was like an avalanche. We couldn't get to grips with stuff because it was just happening so quick around us.
No.
No. So what am I missing there?
Mm.
Let's go back to this. Let's go back to this. Let's move on just a wee bit. I want to be talking about you at this time.
Okay.
And this is your father's energy moving in a lot closer here. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, your father was more analytical of things. Dad would look at things piece by piece,
Yes.
put it together.
Yes.
Mum's more heart-led.
Yeah.
Mum's
Oh, yes. Yes.
Dad is more mind-led, the more logical. And he's bringing his energy in at this time around you. Is this link here with postage stamps, please? Have you got a collection of old postage stamps?
No.
The new stamp album within the family?
I don't think so.
Okay. I just popped in just as he was talking there, so keep hold of it. Always talking
Okay.
about communication.
Mhm.
But he's bringing in, okay. He's bringing in this thought about the need for more communication with you
Mm.
and the need for more understanding of people that you're dealing with. It's like I'm not being heard or understood where I am currently. Do you understand that, please?
Yeah. Yes, I do. Yes.
All right. This is, forgive me, this is a stamp thing. This is a symbolism. This is about communication.
I see.
And this is why he's bringing this energy forward about encouraging you to maybe consider. Listen, the spirit world have never said to me, I've got to do this or I must do that. They've always said, have you thought about this or have you considered
Yes. Yes, I understand.
that? So he's talking here about a consideration of maybe just stepping back a wee bit. It's like I want to drop a few commitments because I feel like I've got a lot of commitments going on, not only in work and all over the place. Every part of my life, I've got lots of commitments. And I
Yes.
feel like I must be there. I should be there. I've got to.
Yes. Yes.
He's just saying, have you thought about maybe just allowing a few to... Are you part of a choir or a link with a choir?
I am not.
You're not. But I can hear this choir singing.
Maybe I should.
You don't want more commitments. You want less. We're trying to lighten the burden, not increase it. I can hear this choir. Let me work on the energy here. But I know your father is suggesting just to lighten the burden a little bit, to allow yourself more time to be heard.
I understand.
And to allow you to hear yourself, because he tells me that you're sometimes not listening to yourself.
Yes.
I think we share a little bit of a similar gene here. That when it comes to matters of health, it's like, no, I'm fine. Legs hanging off, head's hanging on.
Yes.
Absolutely fine. He's laughing with that. But he's just suggesting here that just take a pause. What a wonderful word a pause is. Just put a few things onto the back burner. I can't get away from this sound of the choir singing. Is this nearby you? If I'm going up your road, is there some sort of like, I don't know if it's a Methodist church or something like that, church hall?
No. No.
I've got to get rid of this, otherwise I'm going to take it home with me, and I'm just going to have this choir sat there singing at me.
Yes. Yes.
Um, I am hearing the most beautiful choir singing. And I know, show me again. I can see this choir would be wearing, oh, well, right, okay, would be wearing robes. So just show me a scene out of Sister Act, actually, just to get that image across. But I feel that, with yourself, where your father's saying about, just ease off on the commitments for a little while. He said, you're not letting anybody down. He said, you let more people down if you can't do any of them.
Yes.
He said, so before we get to that stage, let's start to ease things up. But I also want with you a reconnection with your spirituality
Yes.
and with
Yes.
you, because I feel you've lost you. Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
This is where this choir, because they're awesome. I wish you could hear what I'm hearing, because it's absolutely stunning. And this is what we're just bringing that environment, that energy in, because you like your music as well, he tells me, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we've not been playing the music so much of late, because I'm
Not much, no.
too busy. Here I am, I'm busy. I'm busy. While I'm busy doing things, guess what? I don't have to deal with me. So that's wonderful. We'll carry on being busy.
Oh dear. Yes. Oh, thank you.
Definitely got a
Yes.
gene in common. But this symbolism with this is how we're going to work tonight, is it symbolically? Okay, that's fine. I understand. This symbolism is making that reconnection to be able to get your voice back out there, to help you to
Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. Yes, I understand that.
sing again, to
Thank you.
sing your song.
Okay. Thank you.
Hopefully, you're a very accomplished healer as well.
I have done that in the past. Yes.
And this is an area of interest that they're saying, maybe you want to revisit that, because I can
Okay.
see here around you there is a remarkable healing ability, not just of the hands-on,
Hmm.
but the voice as well, because it's all centering on your voice and getting your voice back out there.
Hmm.
It's almost like a counseling energy that you have this.
I'm a retired mental health counselor.
There we go. You never retire from that. You may retire from the wage packet, but you don't retire from the profession.
Oh my goodness.
Talking to another retiree, even my sister. Uh, but yeah, he's talking about that, and he's saying there's great work, there's great need, and you know that.
Hmm.
But we're not going to overburden you. But
Okay. Thank you.
he says, I'm just asking you to look at getting the balance back in, to bring that the harmony with the choir. Oh, so clever, aren't they? The
Yes.
harmony back in to your life, to be able to use that to express, because as you heal, so are you healed.
I understand. Absolutely. Yes.
But he just embraces you now. He stands behind you like this proud
Mm.
dad. He's like that. And his grin is from ear to ear. Mum's there as well. Like, ooh, what's that? Smell that again. I've just got the most beautiful sense of like a spiced apple cake come in.
Hmm.
There'll be memories here of baking, because I know I've got this really heavy cinnamon. Oh gosh, I'm hungry now.
Yeah. Would it be a different soul?
A different,
A different being in spirit?
I don't know, no, because just as I sense your mother and father are getting ready
Mm.
to, make their
Mhm.
farewell, I just got this
Wow.
web
It's beautiful. It's
of, yeah, it's like the wonderful morning pastries and this
mm.
buttery. Just come in, just this homeliness and this warmth and this,
Mm.
and that's
Yes.
the most important thing, is the love. The love is never ending. All
Yes.
right.
Okay. Thank you
So
so much.
please consider what they've said.
I will. Thank
Uh,
you.
and yeah, and find that voice again, find that harmony again. And most certainly really look at the healing side, because the world needs healers at the moment.
Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
All right, my darling.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Where are we going now, Sandra?
Well, we have time. You want to do another?
Oh yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay.
I waffle while things are being shifted in the background,
Waffle away.
which is always funny. But I'm talking about things being shifted in the background by no accident.
Pause for the cough.
Apologies for that.
No apologies needed.
Where was I? Things being shifted. I am working in amateur theatrics because I'm in like a church hall with the raised stage and the wonderful velvet curtains. I don't know where they all found them, but they all seem to be the same color, this sort of like rusty orangey red color curtains. But I know I'm in the background there and I'm moving props around and I'm giving out lines to people to read. So I'm involved in amateur dramatics here. Not so much as in being a performer, but actually as a person to bring everything together. And that, I know, although I used to complain about it a lot, I wouldn't have had it any other way because I actually loved it. So does somebody out there understand this person? I've not got male or female at the moment, but I know I've got this strong link to amateur dramatics. I would have been involved in the organising of things. And I've got this is a lady, because I've got a really funny nature with this lady. She's coming in stronger here. This lady would have loved to have complained about things while she was doing them because she wouldn't have had it any other way. I like her. She's fun. She really is fun. So who out there would understand this lady, please? I've got almost like a Margaret, I don't know, this is where I show me age. I don't know if anybody out there remembers Margaret Rutherford, but that sort of character. Really capable and able, but I've just got this really good way of organising and getting things done. As I said, and I would have enjoyed a little moan about things, but as I'm moaning about things, they were still getting done because that was just me, my character. So show me again, show me again, show me again. And there is also a link with this lady with a parrot, and I believe this to be an African grey that would talk and talk incessantly. Please be out there.
Who understands this or thinks they may understand this? Press your raise hand button for us, please.
I need to keep working on with this person. I live in a town that begins with a B. I know I can just see the beginning of, and it's like a one-word name of a town, like Berg or something like that. And I know I'm very rural here in the town. As I walk the town, I know it's very spread out. I know there's a lot of land, a lot of space around me. And I know there's a lot of agriculture in the area. Never the understanding this wonderful lady has just stepped in. That's a pity. That's a pity. I often have people just come in, just out of interest. Can we go into another angle with this person, please? Putting this lady just to one side at this time. Somebody closer is going to be recognised would be wonderful. Thank you. Definite shift in the energy here. I've got a gentleman stepping in, and I know this to be father. And as he's coming closer and impressing his energy more and more upon me, I know there was an issue with eyes. I feel like this was cataracts were removed because suddenly it's like my vision has improved and my eyes are much more fluid and movable where they weren't. They were stymied. But I'm still in this area, this rural area, this beautiful little town. I mean, we have very quaint cottagey things in the UK, but this is like typical America as we've seen on the film. This is my only knowledge of America. Um, but I know I've got wonderful houses. I know I've got lots of land around the houses. And I know in the background there are fields and fields and field. And there's like a big grain silo as well, very dark blue grain silo that would be on the landscape. But that's with father's energy here. So who would understand dad with that? Put the lady to one side just for the moment. She's here for a reason. We will work with that. So father, rural community. Again, the name of this town is like Berg. It's just a one syllable name town.
Who understands this gentleman? Setting the lady aside, or thinks you understand the gentleman. The father, press your raise hand button. Lisa and Jen.
Okay.
Lisa, you've already spoken to. Do you want to start with Jen?
Yeah, we'll start with Jen.
Okay. And Lisa, you just keep listening in. Hi, Jen.
Hello.
Hi.
So can you understand this as father, Jen?
I can.
And can you
There's
sorry, can you stay with me?
Yep.
Can you understand this setting?
Yes.
I find it fascinating because number one, I've not been to America and experienced it, but in and through the magic of mediumship, I am there. And I know I've got all this space around me, which we don't have in the UK. So I've got a house here and big yard around it, and then another big yard, and another house there. But I know in the background I can see all this agriculture going on. This is like corn, because I know it's very tall, very dark green. It's idyllic. And would you understand
Yes.
with father that something with the eyes, where we've had some like a cataracts removed or an operation on the eyes?
After he passed.
After he passed.
After he passed, his eyes were donated. So I don't know if that's the one thing that doesn't make sense.
You know what? I'm not making it fit, but I will take that because it was just this newness here. Your dad didn't
Okay.
begrudge anybody anything, did he?
No.
He fed people, he tells me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he grew extra. He would give away. He said, "I've never been a millionaire." He said because he used to give everything away, but he laughs with that.
Yes.
Because he loved people, and it wasn't only the eyes, was it?
I don't think so. I just remember
Okay,
them.
I just get a feeling there were other transplants available. And blood, was he a
Oh,
blood
did I
giver?
freeze?
Sorry?
I think I froze.
We can hear you. We
We
can
can
hear
hear
you,
you,
Jen. Oh, it's frustrating when we have internet problems.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can you hear us
thanks,
now,
Dad.
Jen? Jen, can you hear us? Jen? Oh, she can't hear us.
Ah, dear.
Well, if you want to continue, and this is being recorded, and I'll make sure she gets it.
Thank you. I do feel that
I
father
think I froze.
Oh, you're back.
I don't know if anybody can hear me, but I think I froze.
We can hear you, but you can't hear us, I don't think.
All right. If you want to just whatever you want to else you want to say to her, I'll make sure she gets it.
Thank you very much. I do feel here with father he would have donated blood as well. I've just got this real earthiness about dad. Real earthiness. And I like it. I'm really enjoying his perspective on things. He's talking about today's world, and he's got very definite views, which is how when he lived, he would have had definite views on things. He's got very definite views about today's world. And he's being very stoic about things. He wouldn't have let things rile him or upset him. He's being very
That that's true.
yeah, really stoic about things. Because when he's talking about today's world and what's going on, not just in your own country, in other countries as well, we're all going through things. He said, just wait and see, wait and see. He's got great faith in the human spirit, and
Yes.
he's got great faith in people.
Yes.
Yeah, and he knows that the good will come out,
Yes.
that good will always come on top. And he's just God, he's like a statesman. He's wonderful to work with. And he's just saying, he's talking about you and your concerns and with the world, the state of the world and what's going on, and especially within your world. And he's saying, you know, we will get there. It's so reassuring. And he's so confident about this. He says, we will get
Yeah.
there. We'll get there. Common sense will prevail.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Do you know what the energy he's saying this in is? It's like a tonic. It's absolutely beautiful. And he says, common sense will prevail. He says, do that again, because that was great. Says, we're too precious to be lost. He said, all of life is precious. And as he does that, he's got butterflies around him. He says, all of life is precious.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and it's the beauty. And that will always shine through. He's saying, so he's talking to you. He's saying, take that feeling, take that essence. He's there with you right now. He says, take this presence and know all will be well. All will be well.
I will take that.
Thank you. All right, Jen.
Thank you.
Thank
Shame we
you.
didn't get this lady place because she's still hovering around. So I've got to take her home with me. Oh dear.
All right. Now, it's always possible that someone didn't raise their hand or they might be watching the replay. And if you're that, give me an email, send an email and let me know. Okay. And I'll let Lawrence know. Lawrence, thank you so much for your beautiful demonstration. Thank you. And I have some announcements and some words for the week. And I want to just say to everyone, I know we have so many people joining us here today, and your heart has been ripped open because you have a loved one that is no longer walking this earth. We are here for you. We know the pain of grief. It's not easy. If it was just yesterday, or sometimes it was years ago, and boy, I tell you, a little bit of grief you see on TV can ignite all of it. We're here to give you everything that we've got to let you know you're not alone. Hopefully that medium demonstration let you know that they're still by your side and they are giving you encouragement in your life. Also, if you don't yet have a copy of my book, you can have it. Chapter 10 is about how to survive grief. You can go to wedon'tdie.com and just down at the bottom, enter your name and email address. You get lots of things, but one thing is a copy of my book. So that is there for you. Also on that main page, just this past week, I interviewed a nice man named Omar, and I'll just tell you his story quickly and you can go watch the episode. But Omar is someone who had his 3-year-old daughter pass 5 years ago during COVID. Awful, right? Awful. And she had a twin sister. And just this past December, he himself had collapsed lungs, pneumonia, went into the hospital, 10% chance of living. He had a near-death experience where he saw his life as he was walking down a pathway, saw different things of his life. You know how we have the life review, they call it. But then he just turns around the bend and there was his beautiful daughter, Chloe. beautiful story of her being able to talk to him, and he could smell her and hug her and feel her. And he says, we just talked telepathically. There were no words. And what makes this story interesting is all of a sudden the family dog shows up. Now, he knew the dog to be very much alive, so he just thought that was symbolic of something. But Chloe walked off with the dog, and of course, Omar lived and he's healthy and well now. It was a very touching story. But when he came back and he finally got home and he was looking for the family dog, he was found out she was put to sleep while he was in the hospital. She was very, very sick. So talk about confirmation. He couldn't have predicted this, but that the dog was with his daughter. So our animals live on, we live on. We're going to go to a place that makes this life seem like just a dream. So hang on, please, and stay involved with our Sunday gathering. I have, between my two podcasts, well over 750 hours of episodes. So we'll give you everything we've got and tools to stay in touch and be in the present moment. Speaking of being in the present moment, Scott Milligan and I just started a class last week. You're welcome to join. It's called Trance in the Altered States. Altered states meaning finding a way to just quiet that busy mind, to connect with our loved ones, to connect with our guides, with our inspirers. You don't need to be a medium to enter this class. It's really, really wonderful about slowing down. So you can join us. And of course, you'll get the replay of the class you've missed. Also, on Tuesday, Scott hosts Sitting in the Power Hour. Very healing and just a beautiful opportunity to just sit and be with the power of your own soul. Next Sunday, Darren is back with me with medium Dominic Bogue. Coming up in just the end of the month, our friends Kath and Mitch Shirley will be back for their Grief Cafe. That is free for anybody. 90 minutes with advanced grief recovery specialists. They're also mediums, so they talk about grief from many different viewpoints, and it really does make a difference, and that's free as well. Everything is at wedon'tdie.com. And I just want to do a shout out to our friends who have made our Sunday gathering possible. You know who you are by your donations. We thank you from the bottom of our heart because I know it's making a difference for a lot of people. Should you ever wish to donate to our Sunday gathering, you can go to the Sunday gathering page at wedon'tdie.com. There you'll also find next week's registration link and also lots of past Sunday gatherings that you can enjoy and be inspired by. Okay, all at wedon'tdie.com. Now, as we go forward into the week, I want to leave you with a simple thought and a powerful reminder. We learned today about the power of a bold declaration, a promise made to the universe before the path is clear, like the declaration to face uneasy waters. But of course, that's what ships are built for. The leaders who declared we would reach the moon itself. Our words hold that same creative power. The universe is always listening, not just to our prayers, but to our everyday thoughts and our casual declarations. The wise and great Mahatma Gandhi so wisely explained, your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values become your destiny. It all starts with a thought, which becomes a word. So this week, I invite you to be mindful of the world you are creating with your words. Sometimes that means have integrity, no gossip, those kind of things. But you can make a bold, joyful declaration for what you wish to bring about in your life. And don't worry about the how. Just state the what with faith and have some gratitude as if it's already happened. It's already arrived, knowing that when you do, a mighty invisible source will rush to fill your sails. And every time you look up at the moon, whether it's a full, bright moon or a little tiny sliver, let it be your reminder of our Sunday gathering today and what's possible when we declare something. We can really make it happen. That moon is 240,000 miles away from us, and you can see it over my shoulder. And when we think of our problems and our stresses, if we take the moon's view, it puts it all into perspective. We're here for just a short period of time on planet Earth. Our life matters. We do the best we can, but rest assured, you're not alone, okay? You're definitely not alone. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Lawrence for our closing prayer.
So, dear friends, Just before we make our way back into the physical world, just send out that attitude of gratitude, that love to the other world, for all that we receive, for everything that we have in our lives, for each night we sleep with a roof over our head, for each glass of water that we draw from a faucet, for each meal that we prepare and eat for ourselves. Remember, in this world there are so many denied even these basics of life. So hold on to that thought, send out that gratitude, and bring in that balance and harmony between the needs and the wants that we face in this world, and the love that we can share, which comes with no price, which comes with no effort, just the joy of being in that unity once more. Amen.
Thank you so much, Lawrence. It's always a pleasure. I know you'll be back with us not too distant a future. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. And thank you to our friends in the spirit world. I want to leave you with one closing video. This is a favorite song, Fly Me to the Moon. You may know it, but you may not know little Sophie singing it at just 5 years old. Oh, she's just the cutest. Well, thank you again. We'll see you next week, if not sooner. Lawrence, thank you. Love to all. Bye, everyone.
Good night.